Hey y'all. Hey, I wanted to share something with y'all today. I used to be one of those people that I had to understand everything, especially when it was concerning things out of my control. I know that we serve an awesome God. I know that we do. And I know, and I knew then too, that he knows better than we do. He knows all things. I am not one of those people that thinks that God sits up in heaven with puppet strings and controls every little thing, because if that was the case, then what's the point of free will, right? But I always wanted to try to understand everything that happened to me, happened around me, happened to people that I loved. Good, bad, or indifferent. I wanted to understand what God was doing. If I, saw something really beautiful that God created, I would go through the whole creation story in my brain and, why did he decide to do it this way? And why are these trees green? And why do these change colors? And, just ridiculous stuff, but it's just the way my brain worked. And I'm still like that. I want to understand stuff, but God revealed to me several years ago that I don't have to understand everything that he's doing. It's not for me to know everything that he's doing. Some of the stuff he's doing is none of my business. And y'all, he gave me such a peace about it. And I was reading in Psalms 131 this morning, and the end of verse 1 says, I don't concern myself with matters too great or too awesome for me to grasp. And I don't know if you saw some of our other videos on the Burning Talking Tales. Will and I and his son Cooper, we hiked Pinhoti Trail Section 6 over the past weekend. And y'all, we got to the top of, I don't know where we were. It wasn't the top of the stairway to heaven. It was farther than that. It was on the way out. It was probably 1.5 miles before we got off the mountain. I'm not sure what they called it. But I looked out over that ridge, and it was one of the most beautiful sights I had ever seen. And as soon as I saw it, it legit took my breath away. It was so beautiful. And I was like, God, just look at what you created. And you created it just for our pleasure. I'm sure there was some kind of reason for it, but it is for our pleasure because it's so beautiful. And when I read that verse today, it just made me remember how the old me, before God revealed to me that I don't have to understand, and he gave me peace about it. It's probably been 3 or 4 years ago. I would have stood up there on that ridge and missed the beauty, because I'd have been wondering, why he decided, the stages of photosynthesis, why did he decide this tree was evergreen and that tree wasn't? Why are clouds different? It's a cloud. Why do they have to be different? Why did he make the sky blue? He could have made it any color. Why did he choose blue? Blue's my favorite color. And that was just the way my brain, and I'd have missed the beauty. Okay. And when I read that this morning, God wanted me not only to share that with you, but in everyday life matters, especially things that hurt, especially things that crush us. God wants you to know you don't have to understand. You don't have to. Don't concern yourself with things that are too great or too awesome for you to grasp. It's not your job, and sometimes it's not even your business. So just rest, knowing that God's got this. He is working everything for your good, whether you see it or not, okay? And just trust him. Trust that he knows what he's doing. And the process that I used, because don't hear me say when God revealed that to me that it was just like that. It wasn't. When my brain would start processing that way, trying to figure stuff out, try to understand stuff, I would say, you know what? I don't understand. God says that's okay. But this is one thing I'm going to ask him. We're going to have to talk about this when I get to heaven. You know, and I just had to rewire my brain. I just had to rewire the way it thought. I appreciate things so much better now because I'd have missed the beauty of that ridge. And y'all, it was amazing. I'll upload I haven't uploaded a picture on my personal page. It's on the Burning Talking Tales page, but I'll upload a picture so y'all can see it. Y'all have a good day.